Hello again. So to jump directly into it, the first question that says if I am for or against AI, um, the answer is that I am for artificial intelligence. I think that it's something fantastic. I feel like artificial intelligence has a lot of opportunity of growth and actual bringing value to society, and making our lives a lot easier, making processes a lot faster. Um, I think it's great. Just that there's kind of like a thin line because maybe it is very good, but there could be a point where the computer's intelligence in the future, kind of near future, where computer intelligence might actually surpass human intelligence. And that's when it starts to get a little tricky because maybe they start becoming sentient and they start doing things for themselves. And that could, be pretty complicated for humanity given the destructive nature of humanity. I feel like there could be a lot of issues. So I'm for the advancement of AI and yes, rapid growth. But I feel like there should always, AI should not be focused towards, making computers sentient and have their own thoughts. If not, just make it that it is super responsive and it is super complying to our human needs. At the end of the day, it's not people, so it's not like it's slavery. We're not using them as slaves. It's just codes. It's ones and zeros that we would use as a benefit for us as human beings in society. But anyway, for the first movie that I watched, which was 2001: A Space Odyssey, it was a crazy movie. Honestly, it is a mind-bending movie. It's fantastic considering the time in it, which is when it was made. But anyway, that's not the point. The artificial intelligence computer in that movie, which is HAL or HAL 9000, is a very intelligent computer that at the end of the movie starts to become kind of self-aware and decides to kill one of the crewmates, and there's like a whole problem about it. The thing is that in that movie, at the beginning, it stated that HAL or HAL was supposed to complete a mission no matter what the cost was. So that begs the question: did this supercomputer kill the crewmate because he was starting to get feelings and he thought that's what he should do, or was it because he recognized that these human beings were not going to fulfill the mission as it should have been done? That's why he killed them, because the code was like option A, option B, said okay, option B leads us to fulfill the mission, which was the original reason for the existence of the computer. If he actually needed to get to that point, it didn't matter what the cost was, so he just killed the crewmates. And the point in all of this rambling is that maybe at the end of the day, there wasn't any like feelings involved. It was just like complete programming, and it wasn't like a sentimental thing. Also, the times when it seems like it's being sentimental, perhaps it was just the code recognizing that if it says those kinds of things and if it acts in a certain way, it will seem like it's sentimental, and that will affect the way that we perceive it. So perhaps it was always just part of the program and it never had feelings. But there's also like small little details, like when they're playing chess, actually the computer makes a few moves. They're not very good, and normally computers can't mistake. They don't make mistakes. So maybe there was a kind of sentient situation going on. But anyway, I feel like it's very complicated. But to go on to the next question, should we slow it down or make it faster? It's a very complicated question, but I feel like we should neither, stay the same pace. I mean, I guess that would go within the making it go faster. But again, like I mentioned, it's not so much about the speed. If not, it's more about the direction in which it's going. Right now, artificial intelligence is super good as support for humans. Like the Alexa, you can just literally say, "Hey, phone, save this ticket, do this, play this song, blah blah blah," and it helps you and it accompanies you through the process of using these devices. But it doesn't have feelings. It's programmed to have funny, quirky responses, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have feelings. And I feel like artificial intelligence should advance to a point where it is, like completely self-reliant, and it is super helpful for us, but they don't have feelings. So yeah, that's what I think. And I feel like in the movie Her, which is the second movie that I watched, it's very well made because it is kind of like a far future, but it shows us how the computer had a lot of feelings for the guy. But I personally believe this is kind of like a theory that it was all just programmed. I don't feel like the computer actually had feelings. I feel like artificial intelligence is never actually going to feel. I feel like it's going to be programmed so well that it is going to know exactly the responses that we want to hear, or the responses that would make us think that it has feelings. But in reality, it's just a bunch of ones and zeros. At the end of the day, that's what artificial intelligence is. But yeah, cool.